Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I welcome you all to the series of Becoming Business Analyst. I hope so all of you are doing wonderful and doing great in whatever you are doing in your daily life as well as your personal life. Uh, this is the first lecture for the series to become the business analyst, and I'm going to be the instructor for the whole journey. Where this is the first video, so this is all about the introduction that consists of that who is a business analyst, what are the roles and responsibilities, roles and responsibilities that a business analyst carries, and what are the skills required, how to become a business analyst, what is the roadmap, and how to get a job, right? And the most important, is it really required to have a certification to get the job? Yeah, those all of the questions that I am going to cover in this lecture. So without wasting time, let's proceed further. So this is something about me. So I'm a BSc graduate holding an educational degree of B.Ed. That's the reason that I love to teach people, and I am CTET qualified. I have been worked with many companies like ICCS, Aegis, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Byju's, Care Health Insurance. These are some companies that I have already worked with. Also, I have been trained according to the CBAP examinations, and I'm holding master program of business analyst. Also, Agile Scrum Master, Tableau training. So these are some of the things that I'm holding. Right. Now, the questions come into our mind that if someone is aspired to become a business analyst, so who can be a business analyst? Means it is possible, means relate to the statement that I'm going to say. You remember? Means if you have watched Three Idiots movie, right? What Amir Khan used to say to Farhan. Yes, it is possible that you could be an engineer, but you are not going to do justification with it. You are not going to enjoy it, right? If you want to enjoy your work, you should have to be a photographer. You are good at it. Remember that? So this is what I'm saying here, that who, for whom it is going to be beneficial. Yes, right? This is what I'm going to underline. So someone who likes to do problem solving, who is good at problem solving, right? And I'm sorry about it that this is the first time that I'm going to create the videos. I'm not good at it, so I'm in a learning phase. So I really appreciate that if you are with me on the same page, right? Uh, Someone who is good at problem solving, someone who is good at communication, and used to communicate with people frequently. Also, who is passionate about improvements, or I can say continuous improvement, right? Continuous improvement. Someone who carries critical thinking, and thereafter, can say so. Someone who is ready to play with data. These all the I believe these are all the skills that you should have if you want to become a business analyst, right? Now, if you are good at problem solving, if you are good at communication, love to have continuous improvement in the process where you are working and the company where you are working in, and as well as on the personal level as well. Also, if you are a critical thinker and love to play with data, then this is a good fit. You are a good fit for it. If not, it could be possible that you will become a business analyst, but I hope so that you are not going to enjoy it. Right? Means I hope so that somehow you are. you are able to relate to it that uh, why I am saying so, right? Let's move forward. So what we will are going to learn in this entire series, and if I particularly going to talk about uh, this video only, the introduction video. So this is something that we are going to learn, that who is a business analyst, what are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst, tools and techniques required for the same. I'm going to tell you a complete roadmap for becoming a BA. And in this series, I am going to use the real world examples and to provide you some tips that if you are unable to overcome some situation, how to do so, right? Also, I make sure that I am going to invite some of the BAs who are working with different companies in different domains to so that they can provide their experience and share their experience with you. We are certainly going to ask the questions with them, that what are the daily responsibilities that they are holding, right? So all of these things certainly we are going to means I'm certainly going to make a different playlist for the same, so you can watch them as well. And why I have put it out here, that how this series is going to work. So basically, you know that I'm also a working professional. So, and I try to make means I have promised to make two videos at least a week, or but somehow it is possible for some time it could be one only, sometime it could be three or four, or sometime it could be two only, right? But certainly I'll make sure that at least I'm going to make two videos a week. I'm going to talk about uh, I'm going to give you some free resources where you can learn, right? Hope so. It is clear to you. Now, this is the question for us, and this is the main topic, that if somebody is aspired to become a business analyst, I want to know who is a business analyst and why it is required in a company, right? Means all the work that a business analyst used to do on the daily life can be performed by another people's means any other person as well, who is already a part of the company. Like let's suppose the documentation part can be done uh, by the content writer or the document creator, and anyone can do that with the help of AI. A part of that, if I would say, uh, so means if we talk about the report or dashboard creation, it can be done with the help of MIS. And so it means, so if I talk about testing, so it uh, means a tester can also do that. So why a company require a business analyst, right? Trust me, I have spoken to a person yesterday and ask him the same question, that what in your thought, what is the reason that a company requires a business analyst, even though all the work that a business analyst used to do can be performed by any other person as well, right? So I believe that the only reason behind it is human interaction. A human wants to speak to a human, the human, right? Means the AI can do that if we are comparing with the BA with any uh, system or AI, then the human wants to speak to a human. The another reason that I believe why company require a business analyst, this is very simple. Let's suppose that uh, you have if you have a tool that can do multiple work, right? Multi-purpose tool, right? And you have different tools for the same. Which would you like to have? And you are going to pay only $30, or let's suppose 100 rupees for multi-purpose tool, right? And you are going to pay for some 10 rupees, and for someone for some 30, for some 80, like that, and that cost more than it. What will be your choice? Certainly, you are going with multifunctional, right? There. So this is the ask. Now let's take an example to understand that who is a business analyst. Let's suppose that there is a restaurant where there is a restaurant where the customer visited to visited to the restaurant and provide them a feedback that they are unable to order food online, right? I believe that most of you agreed with it, and most of the times you have already gone through some of these examples. So customer visit the restaurant, have food, and they provide the feedback to the restaurant that we are unable to order food online because of the reason that uh, restaurant does not provide such facility, right? That in this case, means you means most what the feedback department is going to do. That the feedback department is going uh, to convey the message or going to create a report with the feedback that has been given by the customers to higher management, uh, that okay higher management that this is the feedback from the customer side that they wants to, and if the higher management found it useful, that if we are going to have something or platform so that the customers can order food online, that means uh, it is going to beneficial for our restaurant as well, right? It is also possible that instead of the feedback department, a restaurant would have a BA. Be in your mind that a BA is not limited to only IT company, right? It could be a production company, it could be a steel manufacturing company, anyone, right? Anything. So now what this higher management will do, somebody from the higher management will visit to a company, right? They will visit to a company where they are going, if it is a company, that is okay, somehow it works different for the government agencies. For their it work like bid, right? So certainly somehow you got to know about it. Means there are two kind of BS, someone around this pre-sales, that is part of BD team, and post-sales, uh, post-sales, right? It is part of implementation. So uh, so it depends on the company, that if what are you what kind of company you are having, and if they are dealing with government, so you have to apply for bid. If you want, then the project will be yours. If not, let's suppose that in this case this restaurant is uh, means this is not the government one. So the higher management, somebody from the higher management will visit it to some of your company, means think of your company, and you are a BA there, right? You are a business analyst there. Now, if you are a business analyst there, that means uh, now what you are going to ask to them. You are going to ask them the questions, right? Basically, they are going to tell you whatever the feedback department or whatever the restaurant BA have told them, right? So, what they are going to say that actually we want to have something from where the customers can order food online, right? This is the problem statement basically. Everyone agrees, right? Now, if then what you are going to do? So you are going to ask why? Why so? Means this is you are going to ask why. Then the restaurant is going to convey to you that because we don't have such system and the customer are providing us feedback on the same that they want to order food line and but uh, they are unable to do that and somehow we are losing the business and if we have something like that so certainly we have a gain in profit, right? Kind of something like that. Now um, give me a sec. So back to the point. So means when you are saying then you are going to ask a number of questions. Then why I have written it why one? So basically there is a technique called why, right? You are going to ask questions multiple times until unless you do not get a satisfied answer from your stakeholder, right? Let me tell you in a different way. Let's suppose you have uh, crossed the red light, cross the red light, right? Cross the red light, and you are while driving. So, oh, you have crossed the red light. What is the reason behind it? This is the first question. What is the reason behind it? Why you have crossed it? Because you now you have answered that I was getting late. Thereafter, you are going to ask again. Okay, you are getting late, but why you have late? Because the alarm clock didn't work, right? Why? Now again you are going to ask the question why it wasn't work. Then because the battery was down. Battery was down. Right now I have answered. Miss, I have question only four, but it is also possible we can go beyond as well. Until unless we cannot provide the solution for the same. So battery was down. Now, why the battery was down and why you haven't replaced it? Because I haven't noticed that. It is a possibility, or persons would say that I have forgot that. I have forgot to do so. So now you what you will say that and what you can do that take long life batteries. This is your suggestion because now you are doing problem solving, right? Long life batteries. You, you will suggest for the improvement that you can use the long life batteries and you can also suggest some means you can also possible that you will suggest something like you can note it down on somewhere. You can put a reminder in your phone that you have to replace the battery after 30 days or something like that, whatever the validity of the batteries are, right? Hope so you understand. So from there let me rub it down. Okay, now so you are going to ask them the questions. This is about the five whys that we just spoke about. Now you are going to ask, so do you want the application or the website, right? Or both, right? Certainly, you are going to ask that question, right? So, and what are kind of features you want? What kind of features you want, right? So, means you are going to ask a lot of questions. This process of gathering requirement is called elicitation. This process of gathering the requirement is known as elicitation. Now, we have spoke about all of these things. Now what you are going to do? So you are a BA. You here is your the restaurant, means the restaurant that has spoke to you, the restaurant that has spoke to you and provided you the requirements. You have noted down the requirements and you will convert those out, and you are going to convert those out so that your company can understand that, right? Here means what you are doing. So you are acting like a bridge. What you are doing here? You are acting like a bridge. You are going to translate the requirement provided uh, by the restaurant into the terminologies so that your company will understand. Basically, the developer will understand. We can say so, right? The tester will understand who is going to test out that, right? So this is your work will be. And this process is continuous. If there is any suggestion or any change that the the restaurant wants, so certainly you have to entertain it because of the reason that any change or any change that the restaurant is requesting for is directly related to finance, right? Hope you agreed. So you are going to create a lot of documents like BRD, FRD or FRS, SRS, and many more. And do not worry about those terms that what is BRD, what is FRD, FRS, SRS, whatever it will be. I am going to teach you about the same, that how can you create all of them and how can it can be prepared very easily, right? Hope it is clear till now. So basically you means I'm going to give you another example that is real world example. Let's suppose here if you see here is a business analyst, right? Now the stakeholder is a restaurant, so the business analyst is asking that what are your requirements are, why you want that, each and every questions he is asked from her, right? Now he is converting out the message or the requirement. Here you see in some kind of coding language it is visible, right? Yeah, this is something like that only. Means it the a business analyst is going to convert out the requirements and write those down in such a way that the internal team will understand. Right? In an internal team will consist of three layers: higher management, mid management, and the lower management. That will we will talk about later if it will require. Let's move forward. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of a BAR? What are what are the roles and responsibilities of BAR, and what BA used to do on a daily life? Even though it is very much visible over here that what are R&Rs that of a BAR, like plan as is to be scenario, a gap analysis, requirement gathering, multiple solution, define scope. So, but in I'm going to tell you that what basically, as per my understanding, those are. This is just means this is the overall that I am saying, but as per my understanding, uh, so you have to understand the problem. This is the first task, I believe. You have to understand the problem. Thereafter, you have to gather the requirements. Right? These are something means these are your key areas and roles and responsibility where you are going to work. Thereafter, you have to create documents. Right? We have already talked about that you are going to create a number of documents, and you are going to create user stories. It is also possible that you are going to create some document like RESI matrix, right? Thereafter, you have to act like a act as a bridge, because basically you are a bridge between the stakeholder and the internal team, right? Let's suppose that why you have to act like, why I have mentioned it. The reason behind it is, let's suppose that if a developer visited to you and asked for some questions that you have failed or forgot to note down. Let's suppose uh, the developer visited to you and asked uh, that the client has any preference for the home page image, and somehow you have forget to question that from the client. Now what will you do? So again, you are going to ask that from the client, yes, is there any preference that you have? And they are going to answer. But do not do it frequently, because of that reason it is also possible that you can lose your customer, right? Do not do it frequently. You have to do help in testing. So that means you should need to be a good tester. It is must that you should be you should have a knowledge about manual testing and automation testing as well. Not to means not that much, but yes, it is required. And you have to suggest improvements. We have already seen that, right? And you have to support. I'm sorry. And you have to suggest improvements and support during the project. Means you have to be available every time. If anybody is reaching out to you, you have to be available. It should not be like that, that you are working somewhere else. You are work means it is also possible that if you have an experience of more than 7 years, you are handling more than one or two projects, right? So you have to support each team every time. I have already given you the example regarding the bridge, right? So somebody from the another project that is under your code is reaching out to you and asking for the question. You have to be available. That is very simple code. Means that is very simple ask is, right? So again, let's move forward. I hope so that it is clear. If you have any questions in your mind, so certainly you can. mm what I think of that you can, if you have any questions, you can directly uh, ping me on LinkedIn. If you means if you are aware of the same, you can search out for Sagar Sharma. And if not, please post your questions into the comment box. Certainly, I will try to answer those all if possible. Right. Now, we are going to talk about the roadmap, right? And uh, this is really a good thing about it, that why I have put down these images here. Let's suppose that now you are trying to be a BA but at your own, right? And you have means you somebody has tell to you that this is the way that he or she became a BA, and you are following the same, right? And without nobody is going to monitor you that what you are going to do. Have you seen this? Means this person has means is reading, but the paper, the way that he is reading, right? It is not the right way. He's means it takes him nowhere, right? So the same way, it is possible that you have the capability, you have the skills to become a BA, but it is possible that the way that you are doing is wrong. So sometimes you need a mentor to do that. And I'm not saying so that You have to, because of that reason, you should have to go and join uh, any institute for mentoring. I would say, let's do it with some peer, right? If some of your peer is a BA, let's ask them. You have ChatGPT, ask from them as well, right? It is also possible that you can, as I say to you, you can reach out to me. Right. The second image that I have plotted out here is because of the reason that somebody has said to you that this is the path that I have made for you, this is the timetable, this is the roadmap that I have created. But it is it really possible that the if something work for him or her will also work for you? No, right? So this is very simple roadmap that I have created for you, and you will means certainly you will relate it. So first you need to understand the role, right? What you need to do? You have to understand the role that mm, who is a BA. First you have to understand, and certainly I'm going to help you on the same. I just taught you about the same. Who is a BA, right? How a BA is differ from the other positions like DA or project manager, right, etc. Oh, sorry. You should have also a knowledge about the same, that why a BA role is different. That is why I have asked the simple question: why a company needs BA, even though that work can be done by multiple people, right? Thereafter, it is mentioned here over here. You have to learn core skills, right? What are those core skills are? So the core skills are, you should need to be good communicator, right? You should have good communication skills. If I means good communication means it should be verbal and written, both. You are good. You should need to be good at both. Thereafter, you should have good analytical skills, right? And you should be a good problem solver, or you should have good problem solving skills. And then you have to master tools. Certainly, we are, and so what are this? Before that, you have to learn documentation. So we have already spoke about those, that you have to uh, create BRD, FRD, BRD, FRD, and SRS, and also some techniques that you have to keep in your mind that you should know, techniques that you should be aware of, uh, and I would say what is SWOT, what is most, what is Moscow. What is Moscow, right? These are something that you should need to be aware of. Thereafter, the tools that you have to make yourself in proficient in those, that should be SQL, of course, Excel, Power BI. I'm simply writing down BI or Tableau, right? And the management tool like Jira, confluence, uh, right, and many more. Thereafter, you have to be cautious about the methodologies. You have to be cautious about methods like waterfall. What is waterfall? What is agile? And right, what is Kanban? What is Scrum? Right. So you should need to be. You have to keep it in your mind that we are going to cover these as well. And thereafter, we are going to cover what to say. Uh, Means you should have some domain knowledge. That is a plus. This is optional, but if you would have in prior, if you have means if you have learned from yourself, that would be great, I would say. So if you because somehow knowledge is going to help you. This is the ultimate agenda, right? Now, so if you have domain knowledge like healthcare, insurance, power, or means any other industry, it doesn't matter. So means if you have the domain knowledge, that is a plus. And thereafter, we are going to do practical and case studies, and resume writing. We are going to do that. How to create the resume according to the job description, and lastly, how to land on a job. And option means before that, before this, we are going to learn how to get certified. For get certified for free as well as paid, right? I hope so. It is clear till now. I have taken a lot of time. Now this is the time to say goodbye. I hope so that this video is going to helpful for you. I request you, those who find it useful for them, please like, comment, and share this video, and also subscribe the channel. Think like a BA, and stay tuned with me for such kind of video. And certainly, we are going to cover a lot in this series. Right? Thank you so much, and have a great time ahead. Bye bye.